Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying. And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Fernando Alonso and Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, Tsunoda and Isaac Hadjar, Behrman, Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon and Bortoleto, Sainz, Albon, Lance Stroll and Pierre Gasly, Colapinto, Aaron, Lawson and Taylor Barnard rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Okay, let's try not to worry about being down here at the back. You've got the speed, you've got the car, so just take it easy and the race will come to you. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Lawson ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Time last lap, 1:51.4. Spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, we're currently at the back, that's last place. Paul ahead. Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.7 seconds. Okay, this is essentially a free stop, so let's think very carefully about our strategy for the rest of this race. So play around with them in your MFT. Understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Ocon is ahead of you, and the time last lap, 1 minute 48.6. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, clear. Information on Ocon. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. 5 seconds. damage and we think we should be okay to continue. It's going to cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. that teammate by 7.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 20th place. Time last lap, 1:40.4. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.